Mike Tyson. The name alone brings back memories of one of the most dominant boxers in history, the youngest heavyweight champion ever, the baddest man on the planet. Between 1985 and 2005, Mike Tyson earned over $400 million from boxing alone. That's not including endorsements, appearances, or other income streams. Today, his net worth is estimated at around $10 million. So where did $390 million go? The answer is actually worse than you think, because Mike didn't just lose the money, he spent it in ways that seem almost impossible. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how someone can earn $250 million and still end up filing for bankruptcy. Let's break it down. Mike Tyson's rise was meteoric. In 1986, at just 20 years old, he became the youngest heavyweight champion in history. He was knocking people out in the first round. He was intimidating, unstoppable. And the money started pouring in immediately. His first major purse was $1.5 million in 1986. Not bad for a 20-year-old kid from Brooklyn. By 1988, he was making $20 million per fight. His biggest payday came in 2002 when he fought Lennox Lewis and earned $103 million. From that single fight, let me put this in perspective. In today's money, adjusted for inflation, Mike Tyson earned over $700 million during his career. This wasn't just wealth, this was generational, set your family up forever, never work again money. But Mike Tyson didn't see it that way, because when you're young, famous, and suddenly have access to unlimited cash, your perspective on money changes, and that's where the problem started. So, where did the money go? Let's start with the lifestyle. Mansions. Mike owned multiple mansions, but his most famous property was a 52-room estate in Connecticut. This wasn't just a house, it had a nightclub, a casino, multiple pools, and even tiger cages in the backyard. Because yes, Mike Tyson kept Bengal tigers as pets. The house cost him millions to buy, and hundreds of thousands per year just to maintain. When he eventually sold it during bankruptcy, it went for a fraction of what he paid. Cars. Mike had a collection of luxury vehicles that would make most people's heads spin. Bentleys, Rolls-Royces, Ferraris, Lamborghinis. He reportedly owned over a dozen luxury cars at one point, each costing hundreds of thousands of dollars. But here's the crazy part. He would sometimes buy cars and forget about them. There are stories of Tyson purchasing vehicles, leaving them somewhere, and never picking them up. Jewelry. Mike spent millions on jewelry, gold chains, diamond watches, custom pieces. He once spent $180,000 on a single watch. He bought a $2 million bathtub for one of his wives. Yes, a bathtub for $2 million. The tigers. Let's talk about the tigers. Mike kept 3 Bengal tigers at one point. Do you know how much it costs to feed a Bengal tiger? About $4,000 per month per tiger. That's over $12,000 a month just in food. Add in veterinary care, handlers, and the custom enclosures, and you're looking at over $200,000 per year just to keep exotic pets. One of his tigers eventually attacked someone, and Mike had to pay out a settlement of $250,000. But the lifestyle wasn't even the biggest drain. It was the people around him. Mike Tyson had an entourage that reportedly numbered over 200 people at his peak. Trainers, bodyguards, chauffeurs, assistants, hangers-on, friends, and people who claimed to be friends. And Mike was paying for all of them. He was spending an estimated $400,000 per month just on his entourage. That's $4.8 million per year on people who, in many cases, weren't adding any value to his life or career. There are stories of Tyson handing out Rolex watches like party favors, buying cars for acquaintances, covering everyone's expenses when they traveled, renting out entire hotels. When you're surrounded by people who depend on you financially, it's very hard to say no, and Mike never said no. Then there were the bad investments and legal problems. Don King, Mike's longtime promoter, Don King, is estimated to have taken over $100 million from Tyson through contracts and deals that heavily favored King. Mike eventually sued King and settled for $14 million, but the damage was done. Divorces. Mike Tyson has been married 3 times. His divorce from Robin Givens in 1989 cost him millions. His second marriage also ended in a costly divorce settlement. Legal fees, alimony, settlements. It all added up. Lawsuits. Mike faced multiple lawsuits over the years. Assault cases, contract disputes, paternity suits. Each one came with legal fees and settlements that drained his accounts. The rape conviction. In 1992, Mike was convicted of rape and sentenced to 6 years in prison. He served 3 years. During that time, he wasn't fighting, wasn't earning, but his expenses continued. The legal fees alone were astronomical. Taxes, and then there were the taxes. Mike Tyson owed the IRS over $23 million in back taxes. When you're earning $20 million per fight but not paying taxes, that debt compounds quickly with penalties and interest. By 2003, Mike Tyson owed money to everyone. The IRS, his ex-wives, his lawyers, his former business partners. The bills were piling up faster than he could earn. In August 2003, Mike Tyson filed for bankruptcy. At the time, he was $23 million in debt. His monthly expenses were still running at $400,000. He had no sustainable income. His boxing career was essentially over. The bankruptcy filing listed some truly mind-boggling expenses. $140,000 for 2 Bengal tigers, annual. $230,000 on cell phones and pagers. Over 3 years, $410,000 on a birthday party. The court had to liquidate his assets. His mansions, his cars, his jewelry. Everything went to pay creditors. This was a man who had earned $400 million, and he had nothing left. So where is Mike Tyson today? He's rebuilt, not to $400 million, but to a stable, sustainable life. His current net worth is estimated at around $10 million. He's done it through cannabis businesses, his podcast, Hot Boxin' with Mike Tyson, acting roles, endorsement deals, and even a surprising comeback exhibition fight against Roy Jones Jr. in 2020. But more importantly, Mike has changed his relationship with money. He lives modestly compared to his peak. He's spoken openly about his past financial mistakes in interviews. He's sober, focused, and seems genuinely at peace. In his own words, "I thought I was going to be invincible, and I thought I was going to live forever. I was wrong." So what can we learn from Mike Tyson's financial disaster? Lesson 1. Earning money and keeping money are 2 different skills. Mike was a master at earning. He never learned how to manage, invest, or protect his wealth. Lesson 2. Your lifestyle expenses will expand to match your income if you let them. $400,000 per month in expenses is insane. Most of it was unnecessary. Tigers, bathtubs, 200-person entourages, none of it brought lasting value. Lesson 3. The people around you matter. Mike was surrounded by people who took advantage of him. Financially, legally, personally. Protect yourself from parasites. Lesson 4. Pay your taxes. The IRS always wins. Always. That $23 million tax bill crushed him when everything else fell apart. Lesson 5. It's never too late to rebuild. Mike lost everything and came back, not to his peak, but to stability and peace. That's actually more valuable. Mike Tyson earned $400 million and lost it all. But his story isn't really about the money. It's about what happens when success comes too fast, without wisdom, without guidance, and without boundaries. If you enjoyed this breakdown, let me know in the comments which celebrity financial disaster I should cover next. hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.